good to go.
That's good, it's nice. Ready? What are you laughing at?
Our legs are touching.
It's a bit gay.
It's a little bit gay.
It's a lot gay.
This is when mine start rubbing and yours is when it gets gay.
Yeah, mine are a lot hairier than yours as well though.
Shaving is gay.
There you go, there you go. Just, if you sit like that, we're better,
that's cool.
We're better.
Yeah,
You can't tell with the camera anyway.
That's cool. Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'm comfortable. You probably need to be further in. You can't like hanging in the shot. There you go. It's fucking close though, isn't it?
Take it. That's cool. Yeah.
Alright, let's do it.
You going, yeah?
I'm going. You'll know when to talk.
You will know when to talk.
Yeah. When I stop talking, it's your turn to talk.
Okay, fill me in.
Hey, how you doing? Nick James here, and welcome to sunny San Diego. I've been here at Ryan Dice's Traffic and Conversion Summit for the last few days, and today in this video I'm joined by Ed Smith. Now Ed is a good friend of mine and runs amazing events in the UK. He's an absolute legend when it comes to using Facebook ads to get in bums on seats. Now at Expert Empires, Ed is going to be sharing his Facebook formula with you. I'm really excited for that presentation. I think you're going to get a lot of value from it. So Ed, thanks for joining us. Why don't you tell the guys what it is? Give us some insight really as to who you are, what you do, and also some of the key distinctions that you've made around Facebook ads that you're going to share with us at Expert Empires.
So without going into the whole backlog of that story, in essence, just as an entrepreneur running my own businesses in different fields for the last 15 years, and like all business owners, the biggest challenge, the biggest problem is generating more clients. And so, you know, for the last 4 or 5 years since Facebook brought out their advertising platform, I've just been, you know, like any entrepreneur, straight in to see how that kind of affects the business, and you know how it works, and how we can start using that to sell any product or any service. And I suppose over the last 4 or 5 years you've seen a massive change to how traditional platforms like TV, radio are starting to diminish, based on the fact that social today is the most cost-effective way of generating more clients into your business and actually measuring the response. So, you know, I'm super excited to be, you know, involved and be talking alongside yourself and to you as an entrepreneur, and helping you in, as I said, the most cost-effective way to generate more clients. And I think more so than ever is so that you can actually track the process, because, you know, we're speaking to now big companies who are willing to invest a large portion of their traditional advertising budget into social media platforms. And so specifically we'll be dealing with Facebook, and so how you could put like £1 in and start turning it so you can get £2 out, and then, you know, that goes back to whether your products and service convert online, again, which is a process too. But it's very, you know, we've been out here in San Diego, and you know, the Americans are kind of at the forefront of leading digital marketing. However, I think with the group that you're bringing on the 4th and the 5th is you're going to be learning leading quality stuff that you can take home and start implementing straight away. So
yeah, I think, you know, Ed's incredibly modest as well, and so I'll big him up because he won't big himself up. I mean, this guy, some of the stuff he's shown me with Facebook ads is insane. We've been running Facebook ads now more aggressively probably for the last 12 months. Got to a point where we're fairly good at it and we're getting a reasonably good cost per lead, and some of the stuff that he's shown me is just, I mean, it embarrasses me, quite frankly, that we've been doing it so badly for so long. And I think, you know, like you said, in theory, if you could spend £1 to get put £1 in, £2 out, and by the way, you know, I know you're not putting £1 in to get £2 out. It's a lot more profitable than that. And so I think at Expert Empires, the whole concept for the entire event really is to bring the best people in the expert industry, people who are coaches, consultants, speakers, trainers, authors, that are killing it, that are crushing it, and that are using social to get the message out to a huge audience, that are using Facebook advertising like Ed is. And we're showing you exactly what we're doing. Obviously, I'll be talking about how do you promote, how do you fill, how do you maximize profit from live events. Ryan Dice advice. He's going to be sharing the learnings from, you know, spending over, I think it's something like $15 million in the last couple of years on different marketing campaigns. He's going to share his results from all the tests that he's run, so that you, as Ed said, you're going to be getting the absolute cutting edge, what's working right now, but also what's going to be working as we move through 2017 and into 2018. So really excited to be having Ed on stage at Expert Empires alongside Gary Vaynerchuk, alongside Ryan Dice, Dr. Andrea Pennington, myself and many others. Of course, if you haven't already got your ticket, I don't quite know what you've been playing at, to be honest.
Stop playing hard to get.
Stop playing hard to get, yeah, just do it, just get involved. So we're May 4th and 5th in London. It's going to be an epic event. Get yourself your ticket booked as soon as you possibly can. The longer you leave it, the more expensive it's going to be. There'll be a link somewhere around this video where you can click, get all the details, find out all the information, get your place booked as soon as possible before the price goes up, before especially the elite tickets I know are nearly sold out. So make sure you get yourself booked in, and we look forward to seeing you at Expert Empires 2017.
I think just keep that's a beautiful one, and then let's just add a little bit more content on the end of that. If that's cool.
So would you
so you make it
reshoot the whole thing?
No,
Or
it's
just
perfect.
sub in some content now?
Yeah,
and
just
edit it?
so now leave the big. That was a big call to action, and then just add in content after that.
Okay, so
because like go back.
as in you just tag it on the end, the content, and then just do another call to action at the end.
So you could. Yeah, I don't think another one just phase it into content delivery.
I think I'd put the content in before the call to action. That makes more sense.
Really? But like, I'm just saying, great content, great call to action, and then just more content, just like we were having a chat.
Alright.
Unless you.
Maybe we should just leave this bit in.
Yeah, this is good. Mate, this is always good.
Alright, cool.
But man,
What you got for them?
But in terms of like what I've got really is what you were saying about underselling it. It felt like, and it's not that I don't want to undersell it, because yes, you're right. I put £1 in, and I'm getting and generating probably much nearer to it, 12 to 15.
Fucking hell.
And
by the way, I actually do want to leave this bit in, because this is probably the best bit.
And the only reason I don't say that is because I know people don't believe that. But what I'm really here to stress
dude,
is
I thought I'm doing well. I was like, I'm getting like 4 or 5 to 1, and that's pretty good.
Again, it depends on how much time you're willing to invest. And so my point being is that if you invest into a ticket at £200-300 for this event, and it really comes back to what we were talking about, like the contacts that we built up here and how people value their time. But you're going to invest £300 and you'll walk away from an event where there's no other event like this in the UK, where you can come along and you're going to learn the most up-to-date current stuff that we're using in our business.
Well, we had to travel to San Diego to get this.
100%, and so
spend thousands. Well, actually, I paid for it all. You still owe me the money. So
it's on the tab.
It's on a tab. Literally everything is on a
recurring tab
with the Bank of Nick. But I will be invoicing you. But no, I mean, you know, on a serious note though, like, you know, it's you know, a week out of our schedules, and it's thousands of pounds in travel and accommodation and tickets and everything like that all together. So, you know, it's a significant investment of time and money for us to come to something like Traffic and Conversion Summit to learn the best from the best. And you know, that was really the motivation behind Expert Empires, was to create something of that level for the UK. Because it really just doesn't exist in my mind, really.
And so going back, we had a conversation earlier, and we're like, what's the best thing we got from it, and the contacts that we build along the content as well. And I appreciate some of the biggest blocks are, first of all, time, and then maybe secondary, is it worth it for you? But again, we were trying to work out what our contact base, what we've learned, and a return on investment on that. And it's, you know, it's in a 7-figure. I mean, of course, our businesses are at a different stage. It doesn't matter whether you're beginning, middle, or the end, that you're really like cooking it already. It's the, you know, those investments, those contacts, and the possible options because of that is easy 7 figures.
Yeah, not to belittle the value of the content we've learned at Traffic and Conversion Summit, 'cause it's been great. But what I've got from outside the room is way more value than what I got in the room. You know, meeting people.
But that's because you've done so much already, so you already have it in there.
Yeah,
So we're going to relate that.
Maybe, but I do think that I mean, the old adage, you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. I'm not sure it's 100% true, and of course, you know, you do need to know the what as well as the who, but the who is incredibly valuable. And some of the contacts and connections I've made whilst I've been here at Traffic and Conversion Summit, you know, like you can't put a price on it really, but as you say, it'd be. I was just talking to you before we started shooting, and you know, there's one guy that it looks like we're going to do a partnership together, and it's going to be multi-six figures in the next 12 months, just from that one partnership, because he's got an audience, a network. I've got the expertise to create a program, so you know, and you don't get that from watching videos online. You don't get that from, you know, buying an online course. As great as that is, and as much as I think we should do that and continue to learn from online programs, you don't get that from just pure online study.
Agreed. So the importance again of why invest in the time, the money, and I appreciate as an entrepreneur you look at the return on investment. But as I said today, what we can teach you, just even with my Facebook formula, if you really take that, if you take what I'm going to teach you and what all the others are also going to teach you on top of that, and you start implementing it today more than ever, never has it been easier to really start in a very short period of time to see a huge return on investment in your business. Huge.
You don't need a lot. I mean, again, for anyone watching, they're going like, oh, you know, Facebook ads, yeah, but I haven't got any money really to invest and start with. Like, I started with like, you know, a couple of £100 budget, and you know, I would actually recommend that you start with a low budget. Like, the last thing you want to do is throw 10 grand at an ad campaign for it to fall flat on its arse. Like, you want to start off with a very modest budget and then gradually increase it. And obviously you'll be talking to them about that more. Expert Empires has to do the budgeting as well as the targeting and what type of ads and what type of offers to run to them, all that kind of stuff, so that you can get, you know, 10s, 12s, 15 to 1 return on investment. It's exciting, man. It really is exciting. And I think like some of the stuff this guy showed me with Facebook ads that he did, it's completely different than anybody that I know that's been doing Facebook ads. I know it's not just me. There's a few people that we're connected with that have taken on board your methodology with it, and they've just seen, you know, they've like halved their marketing spend. It's absolutely insane.
It's very powerful.
It is very powerful. So yeah, get
if you're serious about your business and you really want to make a big difference in your business, then there is no better place to be. I promise you that. And the return on your investment, you know, I personally guarantee when you stay for my session that you will have a breakthrough in your thinking, and once you take it on board, for some of you it will be instantaneously. Some of you may take a little bit more time, but it's going to be life-changing stuff. Don't say that lightly.
I love it.
I'm excited.
That's good. That was actually better than the first bit, because it was a lot more
combos, man.
Real.
Yeah, but it's the realness that, and just relating that through the message, because
I like talking about the tab and stuff. Like that shit, people. That's watchable. That's watchable.
Mate, it's all about that.
That's massively watchable.
Because yours was very good. It's just making it a bit more like real, raw, which is in 100%. But then I think putting all that in and just maybe. Do you want it, and then
you know what? I think I'd just fucking just put that last bit in. I wouldn't even put the first bit. I'd just can it and just use that.
That's real chat.
Yeah. You can maybe pull something from the vlog as well.
Yeah, definitely.